Hello Sagittarius, this is Victoria and I'm here with your January tarot forecast. As always, we'll be looking at your love life, your career and workspace, and we'll get you guidance on how to best utilize the energy of the month of January. At the end, I'll post some messages from your person of interest to yourself, so make sure you stick around for that. And we will begin with a quick oracle message. This is the Sacred Travelers deck, so let's get started. We'll get a bit of a vibe and a theme for what this month is going to be like for you, Sagittarius. This is the last reading in the cycle that I'm doing for January, which means that all other signs are already published on my channel. These readings are for Sun, Moon, and Rising Sagittarius. But if you're watching for a Sun sign, I highly recommend checking out videos for your other placements, at least for the Moon and Rising or Ascendant. And of course, feel free to check out guidance for your partner as a cross-watcher. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel. I do a lot of videos throughout the months, not just the horoscopes, of course, but I do twin flame readings. I do a card of the day readings. There will be readings for lunation events and other important astronomical, astrological events. So make sure that you don't miss catching those on my channel. And of course, there's more information in the description box about my content and services. All right, what do we have for Sagittarius today? Rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. I love this. And I feel like Sagittarius actually is very much inclined to that view of the world, and kind of almost like has that vision and that expectation, right? The energy of Sagittarius is connected to the planet Jupiter, which is connected with the notion of luck, and getting those blessings, being the magnet for blessings in your life. Although, of course, each and every one of us has received and is receiving blessings. We just don't necessarily see it that way. But look at the picture here. Obviously, this is like a slice of heaven there with the rainbow, and it's almost like you're stepping from a darker place, right, out into that beauty, into that fairy tale. So it's definitely not subject to interpretation. It's gonna be pretty straightforward that this is a blessing. Maybe you'll get that idea multiple times. What I would add to that, obviously great news, great start of the reading. I would add, say the words of gratitude during that time, whatever that is for you, right? It doesn't have to be long, right? It doesn't even have to be a prayer of some sort. Like, you are grateful for this, you are grateful to the universe, whatever makes sense, but catching that consciously makes a big difference in my experience. All right, so for your personal space and love life, you have Six of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. I'm going to be doing this because here I have a rainbow light, and yeah, makes it interesting to see. 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords. Wow, we started with Six of Pentacles and it got heavy, but we'll talk about it in a couple of minutes. For your career space, you have the Emperor. This is Aries energy. Could be dealing with an Aries, of course. You have Five of Pentacles. And you have Page of Cups. All right. And lastly, the advice, you have Nine of Pentacles. Page of Wands. And Eight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. This is Pisces energy. So you're really being asked to tap into your intuitive gifting, right? And it doesn't have to be psychic necessarily, right? It's more about allowing for that inner beauty to blossom to the outside, right? Has transforming into blessings on its way, right? Be as authentic and honest and expressive as possible. And usually Sagittarius are very good at that. So like keep that rhythm going, stay in your element, don't overthinking, don't try to be don't plan it, it's not about the strategy at this point. It's about almost like the exploration itself is the point, understanding what makes you tick and who you really are. Now let's get back into that personal space where we got two big tens, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. We started with 6 of Pentacles, which I, by the way, like very much, because the 6 of Pentacles is the card of equilibrium and equal give and take. And obviously for the personal space and, love life, it means that equal partnership. It means there's balance of give and take and mutual love, respect of boundaries, I'm hearing even, right? That it's so beautiful, right? That's what we want. And even if it's about close friendship, maybe at this moment in time you're not looking at a romantic relationship, you're enjoying your singlehood, right? But this could be a dynamic in a friendship just as well. It's beautiful, right? That's what we want. But there is this heaviness here too, which means that you may not even necessarily acknowledge this space this way, right? You may not notice it, hence that conversation about blessings and awareness that we were talking about at the beginning. And it's not that you are so ungrateful or blunt that you're just not noticing the good stuff in your life. It may not look like that. It may not look like what you expect it to be, right? Hence, this is like the learning curve. In the best relationships that we have, and I mean like the important ones, the meaningful ones, the soulmate level ones, or twin flame, right? If you're in a twin journey, they encourage us to grow, to expand, to do more with our lives, to be more and to be a better version of ourselves in a good way. Not like as a burden, which is what we're seeing here, but as as an inspiration, truly, right? As humans, we're creatures of habit, and our psyche doesn't really want to change anything unless there's a push for it. And unfortunately, most of the time, it's a negative push that gets us to change something in our lives for the better. But when it happens in love relationships, mostly in romantic relationships, but also could be somebody else who is very close to you, that encouragement has, in a good scenario, right, a happy past scenario, has a much lighter energy to it, right? And it has that excitement, it has that admiration, like, oh my God, this is so great. Like, I didn't even picture myself, to be doing something completely different with my life that I've been doing for the last 20 years. And now I see your example, and I get inspired, and suddenly I have all this hope in the world that not only that I could be doing something else, but I should be doing something else. Like, that clarity just comes in, and I'm not gonna push it away, I'm gonna act on it, right? So don't get discouraged if it feels uncomfortable. That's what I'm trying to say in a lot of different words, right? It's uncomfortable partly because of what it was like in the past, right? You may feel threatened. It may bring up the old wounds that are not fully healed yet, but it's important to still stay curious and follow the path, follow the yellow brick road, see what happens, right? And you can take it slow, and you can let your person know that you're tender in that area, right? Or you've been through a lot, or you feel like you haven't really had that blessing or that luck before in that specific area of relationship, right? And this is new now, and you're exploring it, so you can both explore this together, right? And maybe talk a little bit more through it. They say over communication is better than under communication, and when it comes to this kind of topics, I feel like it's even more important. And totally talking out of my own experience, I used to be the person who would be like the last to bring up uncomfortable subjects, and I'm learning it, and it takes a while, but I see the results, and they're worth it. Okay, for your career path and workspace, you have the Aries, the Five of Pentacles, the Page of Cups. I feel like this Aries person is not your energy, it's somebody else at work who is quiet, forceful, has a lot of authority, and you may feel threatened by them one way or another. Either this person is in the place of authority compared to you and you feel like they somehow don't respect you, or they are dismissive, or they are narcissistic, something like that. Or if they're your peer, you're afraid that they're gonna just push you aside and take credit for your work or get ahead kind of instead of you, right? So they will steal your opportunities for career growth, which might be true. There may be a person like that, but this message is mostly that this is an opportunity for you. See it as an opportunity. Opportunity to see, first of all, who you are, what matters to you, what scares you as well, right? Because usually when we are triggered like that, it becomes more clear to us why we feel like we deserve more, or why we feel like this is not a comfortable environment, right? If everything is just quiet and nothing's happening, then it's like, yeah, okay, whatever, right? But when you're pushed by someone like that, it kind of like gets your energy going too. So see how you can turn it around into something exciting, or at least do a little bit more of that introspection to see what do you actually want your workspace to be like. For a few of you, I'm hearing the takeaway is gonna be at the end of this that you don't even want to do this thing, or you don't want to work in this company, right? So it's not even just about this person. This person was a catalyst, but they help you, or the situation with them helps you realize that you actually want to do something entirely different. Or maybe you're finally ready to start your own business and set everything up the way you see fit. Now, the advice. We have Nine of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and Eight of Pentacles. It's like this time is to not maybe to socialize as much, but put your head down and kind of, it's a bit of a grind, I would say, but in a good way, where you're putting in the work, or you're experimenting, whether it's with your daily routine, or with the interior design of your home, or in a relationship, or with how you want to do the work-life balance, right? And you're assessing the result. You're trying something and then you're seeing, like, is this better? Do I like it? That kind of thing. So it's not really about strict goals or expectations, or like this year, by the end of this year I'm gonna be running a marathon. It's not really like that. Maybe you'll set up those goals, I don't know, but at least for January it's like, okay, let me experiment this. I feel like I'm not satisfied with my work-life balance, right? And you start experiment. It's an invitation to learn more about yourself and to take that action, right? It's not just about wishful thinking, it's about taking aligned action. And if you didn't get it right the first time, you'll try again, you'll do something else. Why not? Take it lightly, take it like a playtime, like a, what's it called? Like a sandpit? Yeah, I guess so, right? And look at this picture to remind yourself what that is like. Does this view make you feel all serious and judgmental? No, it's light, it's easy, and it's nature, right? There's no judgment there. Okay, last but not least, messages for Sagittarius from their person of interest. Woo! Too many cards. I'm gonna do it again. Whoa, okay, this we can take. All right, so we've got Two of Swords, Queen of Swords, and Six of Pentacles again. And this was separate, so I'm gonna take it as the main card. So there's a synchronicity between you and your person. And guess what? Your person can also see how this relationship is essentially where the two of you are complementary of each other. Not just of each other, but with each other. Meaning that you're not exactly the same, but it's a nice tandem. It's a nice duet that you have going on, where you can support each other in the areas where both of you, or at least one of you, has a strong side, the other person may be struggling, and so you can help that other person, and vice versa. And that's why it works, it works that way, both, like on both sides. It's not like one person somehow is stronger or more wise or whatever than the other. No. So there is no competition really. And not only does it help your person, at least the way they see it, improve their life, it helps them overcome guilt and shame. And that's something that they've struggled in their life for quite a while, right? And so now they understand that they take it lighter on themselves and on you as a result as well. Because if we're being too hard on ourselves, we inevitably treat people around us the same way, if not worse, right? We can do better. We can pretend we're doing better with other people for a little while, but at some point we'll still get triggered and it will all come out, right? It's not sustainable, let's put it that way. But this is actually the healing journey, right? So your person definitely sees a lot of that healing opportunity for them, even if they're not using those words, but they see it as something that where they felt stuck, or they were going through the same cycle over and over again, and now they see real progress. And they know that it's because of how the two of you work together. So there's a lot of appreciation there, and it's like a mental relief, if anything, that they feel. I don't really see here much about like lovey-dovey feelings and emotions, but maybe that's the important part that they want to share at this moment, what they're discovering as we speak and what is highlighted to them in their consciousness right now. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel, leave comments, share by all means, and until next time,